Lady D Denise Gomez, and I have exciting interview segments and features inside the zone. For recording artists, you can sing? Well, Inside the Zone, second Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. is for you. Writers, share your story, no man, in From the Author Zone on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Mail Zone has unbelievably juicy stories of love, heartbreak, and triumph. 7 p.m. has never been this good. On Mondays, it's news, talk, engaging features at 7 in the Monday Drive. And center stage has everyone talking on Thursdays. Be a part of the show. Email me inside of the zone nyc at gmail.com or call me 914 304 2592.
I got a mortgage customized to fit me.
Same day pre-approval on my loan. Wow!
Lower mortgage payments, so I have money to do more of the things that matter.
Happiness is owning my own crib.
Take advantage of our same-day mortgage pre-approval plus customized financing of up to 100% and enjoy low monthly payments. Happiness is home. Own it with VMBS.
William Shakespeare wrote, "There is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so." Jamaicans translated that to say, belief kills and belief cures. Simply put, what you believe creates your reality. No wonder our creativity exceeds expectations. We are hardworking, determined, and self reliant. But on the other hand, our belief systems are somewhat steeped in cultural and ancestral norms. But to hear more on the topic, come join we on Saturday morning runnings. Come, make we talk.
A beautiful Saturday wherever you are. We're in the Northeast, some are in South Florida, some are in Georgia, and some are Yard and across the Caribbean and the world. What a Saturday it is! Saturday. It's a great, great day to be alive, and we are so appreciative that you are coming into the space to join us for Saturday morning runnings. My name is Denise Lady D Gomez, host of Inside the Zone with Lady D. The program is aired Mondays 5 to 7 p.m. and Thursdays 6 to 8 p.m. on Linkage Radio in Mount Vernon, New York, and on Saturdays with Saturday morning runnings at 10 a.m. With me are Sharon Smignot, the Conscious One Brown, Jackie Brainbox
The puppy
Tyson,
show.
and Maxine Maxpoint Lyons. Jen will not be joining us this morning, but keep her in prayer. She'll be back soon. What a
Yes.
day. So, if you notice, we're all decked out. We're so unique from top to bottom. even with a even with a wrap, a pencil, a stick out,
And the piece of bush.
and a piece of
And the glass of rum.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Belief kills and belief cures. Not sure what Jackie's about to kill. Not sure what she
Trent, you're
believes.
muted. Trent is muted.
Oh yeah,
Not sure what we will be believing and killing this morning.
Jackie look like she going to both kill and cure. I have the
No,
remedy.
boy,
Girl,
I am telling you, Jackie.
well,
You
couldn't
just
come just like the deaconess. No.
no,
Have to
no.
represent all aspects of the culture, no? So,
Absolutely.
come
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and
Uh-huh.
so we'd like to welcome. I fix my glasses. We'd like to welcome.
on.
I'd like to welcome everybody this morning to the show. Don't forget to share Inside the Zone with Lady D on the YouTube channel with your friends. You're here, Andrea.
Sharing
Start
right now.
sharing. You're dying with laugh over there. Ralph is here.
Brother Ralph did it.
Yes,
Yeah,
Ralph
man.
is here.
Ralph was
And
gonna laugh after me, I don't like crazy.
King was first in line. So King says, "Good morning."
Morning,
Morning.
Ryan.
And he says, "Come here, Jesus, look at them." Mhm. He says, "Mother and all, my mother Penny from Florida." Okay.
Other Penny.
Amen.
Right.
Yes. And Andrea can't help herself but to laugh.
Oh
And then
my
she
gosh.
managed to say, "Good morning." Mhm.
Good
And
morning.
so Max, where is Max? Maxie says, "Lady Max, you're just looking fab." Mhm.
Uh,
And Ralph says, "Good morning, my beloved sister. Stay blessed. Happy Saturday." And he says, "Lady Shards." All right. So greetings coming in abundance here. Uh, right. Right. Mother, me, I go up a town for the visa.
Yeah.
I need your help.
all right, my brother, come for like a sprinkling.
Right. So we'd like to welcome everyone this morning. You know, I was talking with Julia Meikle Benaya on Fit FM 96.7
I got on a
out of
little late.
Trelawney. It was just a nice little chit chat.
Yeah, I
And
caught it.
yeah, and she was saying, how she loved the Saturday morning show and how each of us just so unique. We just bring we self. We bring we self.
Yes, yes, Julia.
We bring ourselves. So good morning. Belief kills and belief cures. It should be an interesting conversation this morning. Many of us were, we were brought up with certain kinds of things, and the
Yes.
things came from our descendants. And there's the opposition, and then there is the Bible, and it's a rivalry, but we still existing, coexisting with each other. And over
Yes.
the years, we have learned to just say, "All right, you still over this," so especially if you're of a particular persuasion, and the others will
Mm-hmm.
say, "You still over this," so right.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain kinds of characteristics that comes with certain things, certain demonstrations, etc. And as Ryan just jokingly says that him a go for visa, him need Jackie help. So that's a typical example
Mm-hmm.
of
Yeah.
some of the
Right?
things that we believe. And of course, if it come true, you can beat him. So Jackie never do something because
Exactly.
him to get the visa.
And if
Exactly.
you
Yes.
I'm
never
sharing.
go, if you never go to her and you don't get it, I feel your fault because you should have go to her.
Same so.
Exactly. You should have
Exactly.
go to mother. Go to
We
mother.
make up things as we go along.
Yeah.
Go to
Yeah.
mother.
Yeah, some
So
things are made up as we go along.
he says, "Me need a word, mother." Ralph says, "Big up yourself, Lady Jackie." Yes, sir. Reaching Lulu. Reaching. Yeah. So,
No,
all right.
no.
So, there is an article that I would like to share with the
Okay.
audience this morning before we start our conversation. Bear with me.
Yes,
It
I read that.
brings a lot of quite a bit of perspective to
Mm-hmm.
the topic, Lenny Little White. And so I would like to share that with you, courtesy of the Jamaica Gleaner. This was written back in June, on June 23rd in 2019. So you know how that go. And he says, "Belief kills and belief cures." So I'll read for you. Those of you who are just coming in, please share the link with someone, and let's have a full house this morning. Because who claim them to believe something, me no know, no truth, no that is something.
Lie, them I tell.
As it says, William Shakespeare wrote, "There is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so." Jamaicans translated that to say, "Belief kills and belief cures." Simply put, what you believe creates your reality. In Jamaica, race and religion have always provided fodder for social discussion and discontent. It is a historical fact that the majority of Jamaicans have their roots in Africa, which some still consider the mother of all civilization. Despite constant efforts from some of those who reflect the status quo of the state and the church to discard or diminish our African roots and heritage, this effort will never succeed. Once again, salvos are being fired against Obia in the latest brouhaha that is like a recurring decimal. This periodic cascas is a ready reminder of those among us who still want to bury all skeletal remains of our African culture and customs. It was this realization that caused the colonial masters to systematically try to destroy all vestiges of our African identity and indigenous religions. Racial calling is not a new phenomenon. The Africans themselves practiced it, but the Europeans refined it, much to our detriment. We were taught to hate ourselves because of our kinky hair or melanin skin, thick lips, broad noses, and pronounced derias. Without self esteem, it is easy to emasculate a people, even though they were steeped in customs from their own indigenous environment. Traveling the middle passage to the New World gave Bakramasa a reason to try to remake his subjects in his own image, de facto and de jure. Miscegenation was the tool used to propagate browning as the preferred profile for people of color. Parallel to this identity crisis was the destruction or suffocation of the social customs that gave Africans credence. Their there was no one denomination that could be described as African because we were a collage of tribes that got new metal collars and shackles on the slave ship. Bakramasa, walking in lockstep with the European Church, created a master game plan to destroy African religions in preference for Protestant and Catholic teachings. This meant that our God had to be a white man whose phenotype bore no resemblance to our forefathers. The straight nose and the long hair of Jesus and his disciples became the preferred profile of the day. The Bible and the hymnal were the new beating sticks used to calm the uppity Negroes who still had an appetite for their indigenous African religions. So, systematically, they were banned and disappeared underground. But our form of African religion refused to disappear because it's much more than religious hype. It was a medicinal tool, a social enhancer, and maintained an alternative to the preferred European worldview. This was the power of obia, which the state immediately banned. Kumina, the ritual dance that expresses reverence to the ancestors, was most frequently associated with rituals related to death, funerals, mourning, tombing, and memorials. In these ceremonies, the colors black and white dominate. In true Kumina tradition, these colors symbolize the polarization of death and life or birth. By accident or design, St. Thomas became the crucible of Kumina, with linkages to other ethnic offshoots like Congo and Tambo, to name a few. Kumina's umbrella grew to be an integral part of weddings, Thanksgivings, birth, and national holidays. Parallel to this, the leader of each Kumina group is assumed to be endowed with mythical and spiritual powers, drawn from the Mayel and Obia traditions, which extended to physical healing and even emotional therapy. So, the Obia man or woman is a spiritualist who combines African spirituality with many African medicinal practices that cured and healed the sick, the poor, and the disenfranchised. This did not find favor in the traditional European church system. hence the banning of obeah and stigmatization of the practice. In its genetic banned usage, obeah is associated with the sorcery tradition or the primarily evil intentions of the obeah man who manipulates the powers available to him through the medium of earthbound spirits and science objects. Running in lockstep with Kumina is Mile, which has another foundation that few understand. Suffice it to say, Mile's objectives are generally quite the opposite of opium. The latter invokes the earthbound spirits of the dead, and the opium man or woman manipulates their actions for good or evil. On the other hand, Mile specialists invoke the Holy Spirit or ancestral spirits, which act to express the needs of the living. Despite their opposite mandates, both were banned by the colonial masters at the insistence of the church out of fear of their effectiveness as a real counterforce against the white ruling class power and religion. Paradoxically, in today's modern world, obeah thrives because it is still the balm of Gilead, not just for the poor, but also for prominent persons in the business class who do not make an entrepreneurial decision until they consult their obeah man. Probably the obeah men get their greatest patronage from our politicians, some of whom have risen to the top of the political they all believe in the truth of the obeah man and have no reservation about paying dearly for his advice. It
Mm.
was Admiral Bailey who sang
Mm-hmm.
science again, abacaba, abacaba, science
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 again.
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 The science of which he sings is nothing more than obeah or mile. This is a
Mm-hmm.
part of our DNA and man made laws promulgated in the church or parliament will never eliminate obeah from among us. Belief kills and belief cures. That's
Hence,
the writing from Lenny Little White.
hence the reason why the whites or the massa banned it because their
Mm-hmm.
belief was that it was going to harm them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Seems so.
there you go. The belief
And
kill you and the belief cure you.
I had to smile to
That's an
myself
interesting
yesterday.
article.
Yes, I had to smile yesterday as I was watching an African film. I'm a bust out a laugh. I'm like, watch your Jesus. Here is a twin. One of them, she decided to hit the streets, and the other one, she worked hard, little odd jobs here and there. But the one who decided to hit the streets, um, she was just too much. And at one point, something hit her and she claimed she gets saved. And her sister know not no go so. So she had to go to a shopkeeper and telling the shopkeeper, holding her Bible, and everything, telling the shopkeeper how time is at hand and
Oh,
she needs to
Jesus.
give
Uh-oh.
her life to the Lord. And so she put her hand
Mhm.
on the woman, praying for her, and then she eyed the lady's cell phone over on the pizza
Mm.
and thief the lady phone while she praying. So the lady eye closed, and she put the phone in her cell phone in her pocketbook. And then after that, she bid the lady goodbye and stuff. So after she leave, and so the woman look for the phone and realize she steal it because nobody else came there but her.
Mhm.
And you know what the woman do? She go down at some tree. I don't know what tree that is. And she start to talk to something. And she
Mm.
make a plea to the something.
Mm.
And
Mm.
not long after,
She
She
came
broke
back
her
before.
toe.
crazy as tomorrow, the
She broke
girl
her.
gets steering mad.
Oh.
My
Oh.
God.
So, hi. And we all know that people are heavily into many things. If
Yes.
it's not
Mhm.
that, if it's not that, any kind of seance or anything like that, then
Mm-hmm.
it's something that you believe in. So if you
Yeah.
believe that something, you need something, whether you're going to pray to the Almighty God to receive it, you're expecting that you're going to receive it,
Yes, but lady,
right?
do you remember? You remember you remember Bible and key?
Yes.
Yes.
If you're like if you're in a setting, and usually it's used to out somebody who has stolen something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You're in a
Yes.
setting and something come up missing, and everybody say,
Yes.
I know me, and then
Hmm.
pull out Bible and
Mhm.
key.
Hmm.
And just by the mere act of pulling out the Bible and key and deciding to begin the
The ritual.
ceremonial aspect,
Ritual. The
sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
ritual. Yes.
yeah, sometimes the person just give up themselves because them afraid.
Yes.
Them just give up.
Yes.
Yes, but but if you notice, the article was not prejudiced. It cited
No.
all
Mhm.
facets of society
Right.
Yes, yes.
where
Hmm.
people
Very
are
much
into
so.
this kind of thing.
Right.
It's very detailed. Even the
Very
politicians.
everybody. Hmm. And
Hmm.
recently
No
with
stone never left
with the
unturned.
with the church in Montego Bay, there were a lot of high-ended people who were a part of that organization.
Yeah, that cult thing that was going on
Mm-hmm.
there.
Hmm.
Yes.
Right? So the fact that we want to talk about it and we are not afraid to talk about it, it happens, it exists in our
Hmm.
culture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you
So,
know what
Yes.
happened as well? I'm sorry. What happened as well is that some people will look at it as something that the lower class, quote unquote, the lower class or the unlearned indulge in, but under cover of
Mm-hmm.
darkness, they have their peeps who
mhm,
they check before they make a move, but they just make
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
in public or out in the open. They make it look like only the dunce people, them are the people, and that is not so highfalutin. Only they indulge, but the point is
True.
they indulge probably even more so by
yes.
Mm-hmm.
some even deeper
Yes.
and darker methods. Yeah.
Mhm,
Right.
mhm.
Mhm.
And who I remember hearing about the Ouija board.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Heard about the
Yes, I've
Ouija
heard
board.
about
Never
it too.
never saw it.
Me too. I've never seen it.
I gather at some point it was at one of the high schools in Clarendon. There were some students
Oh
there.
yeah, I heard
Uh,
about that.
yeah, I will not call the name of the school, but I heard that it was there. Um, and to the point where some students were really, really scared,
Mm-hmm.
um, because of the heavy concentration of it
Hmm.
Okay.
in the school.
Where where did the Ouija board originate? Was it an
And is it
African or
really and is it
European?
really a board? Is it really a
Well,
Yeah,
board
I've
per
seen
se?
it. As a matter of fact, when I was in high school, um, in my high school in Montego Bay was we were very mixed because when I remember when they built the hospital, Cornell Regional Hospital, back in the I think it was in the 70s. A lot of doctors were sent for abroad, and they came with their children. Some girls I went to high school with were born in Jamaica. They are white girls,
Mm-hmm.
girls that Indian descent, Irish descent, and so on. And consequently, one of the girls, I think she was Scottish or something, she actually brought one of the Ouija boards to school, and we were playing with it.
hmm.
Oh
When
Jesus.
I think about it
Hmm.
now,
Oh my.
I get, yeah. When I think about it now, I get the heebie-jeebies. But
So it's
back
an
then, sorry, Jackie.
I asked it's so a European
Yes, because I'm googling it
Yeah,
here too.
rooted.
yeah,
Okay. I've never
yeah.
Googled it or
The way
anything.
I approached. I was very curious, and sometimes that's why we have to pray, because your children go out there and you think that they are under this
And
protection, or you
covered.
think that they're not up to stuff. Our school had gotten I think overly populated at some point in time, and some areas that initially were not classrooms were turned into classrooms because we had the convent, and they
Uh-huh.
had rooms that were not occupied. And because of that, by the time I got to, I think it was like in 10th grade, my classroom ended up being a room on the convent.
Hmm.
And so this is a room on the convent. It's still on the campus, it's still on the compound, as we would say. But it's not on the school proper. So walking up the hallways,
Mm-hmm.
or so on was not a thing because you weren't there. And we were 10th graders at the time. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those girls, you know, got into so much mischief. There are other things that we found out about. Those of us who were sheltered found out about that. You know, we'll talk about that some other time. But it was under that cover that I
Mm-hmm.
found out about the Ouija board because she brought it to school, and you know, they lit a candle, take out the board, put it down, and start asking questions, and that thing was
Mm-hmm.
moving and giving answers.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
what you say?
Yeah, because I had to have some amount of darkness, and I'm telling you, we didn't know what we were doing,
Mm-hmm. Because
and we
I
were
in
just onlookers. But you know,
as
there
I
were
Google it, as I
uh-huh,
Google it here, it is actually spelled Ouija, but pronounced Ouija,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm,
Ouija.
also
Mm.
known as a spirit board or talking board.
Mm-hmm.
It's a flat board marked with letters of the Latin alphabet, the
mm-hmm,
numbers 0 to 9, the word yes, no, occasionally, hello, and goodbye, along
mm-hmm,
with various symbols and graphics. And
mm-hmm.
it goes on, it goes on. Yeah. But sometimes that's what happens. We dabble into things we do not know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We do not know the consequences of some of the things.
Okay, if we in the Christian faith, we believed that Lucifer was thrown out of heaven onto earth.
Mhm.
Lucifer
Mhm.
was a powerful, what we call him, person,
he's an
something.
Being,
angel.
being,
He
He's
was
an
an
Was a
yeah,
angel.
angel.
being was
powerful.
an angel.
All
Angel.
Yeah.
right, so he was a powerful angel. So for us to, so not us here, literally, but for people to think that evil is not as strong as good, it's being naive.
Well, yes.
Evil
Mm-hmm,
is
Mhm.
present, so I
Mhm.
think it can be captured in different cultures. Doesn't matter if the culture is of a white culture or black or Indian, whatever. These,
mm-hmm.
I think these spirits, whether they're good or evil, can be captured in some way or another and used for good and evil. So it's not just believing, it's actually possible that these things can be
Right,
used.
which is why you have cults, which is
Right,
why you have people who worship the devil.
Yeah.
Yes.
right.
Even recently, I saw something on social media where there was a big ceremony at church going on, and there was a woman there, young girl, speaking and declaring in their
Okay.
spirit world, those things. So
Mm-hmm.
and there are people who like Christianity, salvation, the born again experience, the belief in the Father, Son, Holy Spirit,
Mm-hmm.
who yearn for that. There are people who, like we are evangelizing
Mm-hmm.
about the good
Mhm.
news of Jesus Christ,
Yes.
so are they. And
Yeah.
you will find people today are seeking for that thing, whatever it is they think they need,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and you get trapped. So here is the good and the evil. And that is
Yes.
why they always say to us, those of us who are under the blood, the banner of Jesus Christ, whether somebody understands it or not, so are others under that persuasion of the dark side.
Yeah.
Because there
And
Yes.
is light and dark,
they're
light
heavily
and
involved.
darkness. They're
Yeah.
heavily involved.
Mhm.
And
Mm-hmm.
when we sometimes take our faith for granted, they do not. They are more
No.
No.
aggressive. They are more aggressive in finding
Yes.
their
Yes.
followers.
Yeah. They are aggressive, and sometimes too, not some, well, in most cases, I would say, they are so aggressive about it. They will even self-mutilate, they will
Hmm.
do all kind of stuff just to prove how
Yeah.
Prove.
very
Yes.
involved they are, or maybe it's a
Yes.
requirement. It's a requirement based on whatever.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
Yes.
if this stuff in requires blood or
Hmm.
any form of whatever, they're gonna do whatever it takes. if
But if
if they have to fast, if they have to drink stuff, if they have to do whatever, If they have
Yeah.
to hop on one leg, whatever they're gonna do, they're so involved and and um and invested
If I
in
could
it.
hop on, if I could
Yes.
hop on the
They can.
fasting.
Yes.
Go ahead, Max.
Hop
You haven't
on,
said anything. Go ahead.
I was about
hop
to
on,
say that
Jackie, go
they're
on.
so involved like that. And money killing, they're so involved in stuff like that. They can't be curtailed. There's nothing you can do to change their mind or to,
Right.
to
Right,
move them away
right,
from their belief.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
right.
They just
But
Yes.
strongly believe. But
go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead, Max. Go ahead.
I was going to say, but on the lighter side, there are things that our culture believes in. On the
Mm.
lighter side, we
Right.
have this well, for me, and it still happens to me because Norman sometimes laugh at me when we handle itch or scratch. We say, "Oh, we're gonna get money,"
Money.
Right.
and
Yeah.
I've known from your pick, my grandmother always said that, and I still grew up with that belief. Up to today, I
Right.
Yeah.
still believe if I get that itchy palm, I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a check or money or something from somewhere.
Yeah.
I still believe
Yeah.
in it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it once my nigga scratch me, I look for left, right, and center where this money is gonna come from.
Near
And
your Max.
yes,
Near you.
and another thing too, the itching of the foot bottom. We talk about when
Mm-hmm.
the
Yes.
foot bottom scratch, you go walk on grave dirt and you go travel.
Or get new
Right.
Well,
shoes.
let me tell you something. From last week, my foot bottom not stop scratch me. I mean, know me, I go travel.
All right.
Seriously, it's been just itching. And
Yes.
I mean, from I was a child, and I believe in it. I really do. So I understand when people hold on to something, there's no way you
Yes.
can take it from them because that's their
Yeah.
belief,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it's hard to curtail that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was gonna hop on to the fasting thing that Sister Charlotte mentioned. I remember we were doing Bible study one week at church, and
Mhm.
I remember we were using the book from I don't remember if it was Max Osado or
Max,
I
look.
don't remember
Lucado.
Um.
or one of these
Oh
I don't think it was him, but the
no.
gentleman mentioned that he was on a flight
I
and
have the book here. You know.
he was going somewhere and he refused the meal on the plane because he kindly refused because he was fasting. The woman who was sitting next to
Okay.
him, she refused too, so he turned to her and asked her if she was fasting too, because he was about to strike up a conversation with her. She said yes, she's fasting. So
Uh huh.
he told her why he was fasting, whatever, and her reply to him was that yeah, she's fasting too because she's fasting to destroy all marriages.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's her
Yes.
what she's
What?
fasting for, to
Mm-hmm.
destroy
Yes.
all marriages. I never forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he thought that she was joking, but she was serious. That was her
Yeah.
belief. She
Yes.
was
Yeah.
fasting to destroy all marriages.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the same faith that we think we have, they have it too.
Yeah. The same
Yes.
emphasis.
Yeah.
The same
Mm-hmm.
emphasis that we
Same
put on.
emphasis. Yeah.
They put it as well, and they're serious of that. That is why we're gonna repeat the phrase "believe, kill, believe, cure," because some people, if you believe it,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna happen to you because
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
you are
Yes.
so engrossed, and it governs your life.
Yes.
You have some people, if they
Yes.
walk in and if them are gonna look about business and a black cat run off across the road or then see a
Going.
mongoose, they
They're not
now
going.
bother go because it's a
They're not
sure
going.
sign of failure. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah,
But
Hmm.
let's say what you think about you bring about, and it's a fact.
yeah.
What you
Okay, so
think about you bring about.
how do you
Uh-huh.
Huh?
explain how do you explain if you know nothing about this particular thing in a culture and what it means and it happens to you and it came to pass and the person in another culture can say that this is what happened because you understand like
Coincidence.
Yeah.
coincidence.
I think it's our lives run parallel, our
Mm.
lives run parallel to each other, and no matter what, we are more alike than we are different.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
it
Yes.
might not even be your culture at all, but
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's
there's
just that we're
always,
Yes.
people.
yeah, and like them say, it's good over evil. No matter what you
Mm-hmm.
believe, otherwise we know there is good and there is evil. And what
Yes.
side
Right.
are you leaning towards mostly?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah. So stick a
Yes.
pin, everyone. It's 10:36, reminding you that the show is brought to you by Victoria Mutual Building Society. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Ay, ay, ay.
I got a mortgage customized to fit me.
Same day pre-approval on my loan. Wow.
Lower mortgage payments, so I have money to do more of the things that matter.
Happiness is owning my own crib. Take advantage of our same day mortgage pre approval plus customized financing of up to 100% and enjoy low monthly payments. Happiness is home. Own it with BMBS.
10:37. Good morning to everyone. Just want to remind you that Natasha's service is the service representative. She's a chief representative officer for the New York Representative Office of Victoria Mutual Building Society. They are located at 300 Cadman Plaza West, 1 Pierpont Plaza, 12th floor, Brooklyn, New York. Telephone 347-344-5790. She apologizes, ladies. She should have been with us this morning, but she had to go take care of other matters. So she wasn't able to join us this morning. But please support Victoria Mutual Building Society. She was on with us about 2 months ago, and the products and services that they offer. I'm sure those of you who are planning on investing in generational wealth. So you purchase a property, you investing something that you want to hand down to your children, your grandchildren. Please, they would love to hear from you. And take the as the ticker is running at the bottom, you can take the information down and you know give the support. We thank them for sponsoring the show. Just also want to say welcome back to those of you who are just joining us. We thank you so much for joining. Please don't forget to share the link with someone inside the zone with Lady D right here on the YouTube channel. Bring somebody over, man. Let them come talk about belief kill. What are your beliefs? Anybody out there? Carol, how are you? Carol says, so true. Let's see. Sometimes people grab practices and run with it, not knowing the significance. They just do things to be on the bandwagon,
I
That's
don't know
true,
why.
yes.
right?
Right?
And what is handed down to us is something that's hard to break.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
like children when we were going to primary school. I recall there were some children who came to my school that we all knew that their family believed in
Mm-hmm.
Obia.
Mm-hmm.
But the children were nice children, that aside.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it caused us not to want to play with them, to even hold a book, to lend them with
All right.
pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that coming from?
You see?
That abstinence to play with the kids or just
Yeah.
to be among them. Where's that coming from? That's coming from the um the passage, the thing that you read this morning about the
Hmm.
Hmm.
massa
Right.
condemning that part of our African history and making it look like it's primitive and it's not
Hmm.
It's evil. Yeah.
it's evil and whatever. But
Hmm.
part of it can be evil.
Well, we
Part
know
of it
that.
can be
Hmm.
part of it can be evil.
Hmm.
But the thing is, it's coming from our culture. That's where we still get the hand miggler scratch me, foot bottom a scratch me, eye a jump and stuff like
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
That's where we still hold on to that
And
those little
and
parts
even
Yes.
even even
because that look
today,
too evil.
because even today, you buy something new, where you
Yeah,
wear it go first for most of us. We want
church.
to sit at church first.
Yeah.
They
Hmm.
want to go blessing upon
Yes.
it.
You want little blessing.
Yes.
So here, Cephalin Ferguson. Welcome,
That's my auntie
Cephalin.
Cephalin.
Hey, Cephalin
Welcome.
says, I often wonder why the Obia man or woman continues to live in poverty.
Yeah, we're too poor too. Never dress good, never look good.
Auntie Cephalin is new to our channel. Welcome, Auntie Ceph. And also,
Yeah.
I have a friend, Ruth. Ruth Barr is watching. I told her to subscribe. So welcome to those.
Okay. And by the way, we hit the 700 mark. When I looked yesterday, we were at 702.
Nice.
All
What?
Very
right.
nice.
So,
Awesome.
yes, and Jackie's reminding everybody subscribe to Inside the Zone. Thank you. Sharon is here. Morning, Sharon. Good morning, beautiful
Hi,
ladies. How are you
Sharon.
doing, Sharon? Nice to see you. Um, Celeste Stewie Cuny, that is true, a true sign. All right. So because we were talking so much, at times we may miss their comments, which is
Sharon,
tied into a particular.
Sharon is asking what the topic is about.
Oh, one second, Sharon. Belief kill and belief
I'm
cure.
going to-
That's the topic.
I'm going to
Hermit
work.
says Bible and key work, wedding ring in clear glass of water work.
Bible and key.
Yeah, I tell you.
Are you
Belief
Lord
trying
kill
to make
God.
and
nobody
belief
see you?
cure.
All right, so the Bible and the key, that's two cultures coming together right there, That's two religions coming together right there.
Let
Mhm.
me have some deep
The
stuff that in
Bible,
here.
yeah, the Bible,
Yeah.
the Africans never come here with Bible.
No.
No, so the Bible
Mm-mm.
and the key put together, I guess, and that's how Pocomania came about. Because it's
Yes.
three
Came about.
religions coming together.
Yes. Yes.
It's three religions coming together. That's how
Mm-hmm.
Pocomania came about.
Mm-hmm.
Hermit
Mm-hmm.
says my I got jump, so me I got cry soon.
Oh, that happened to
It
me,
Yes.
and
depends on
I
if
can
it's the left
attest
eye or the
Another
right
one.
eye.
that happened to me, and I
That
can
too.
attest that
That
it's
too.
true.
It depends which eye it is. Left or right
Yes,
eye.
let's say if it's the right side, it's good, but if it's the left side, it's no good. It's
I
it's a
don't
good.
believe it.
It's
Yes.
a
It's different for
negative.
everybody. My right eye was jumping for weeks till me almost ready to go to the doctor. And I couldn't
Yeah.
figure out. Until I had to hold it. I have people stand up and look at me. I said, "Look at my eye," and they could see it shooting out, shooting, until my
Jackie,
eye started to get red.
you
And
should
your
you should
nerves.
have take, you should have get one pepper leaf and quail it and clap
God,
it onto your eyelid.
Lord, I must see here now.
It
Yeah,
that would
yeah,
have
no.
stop it. That would have stop it quick. Get a
So and
pepper leaf
also,
and put it over
yeah.
the flame. Put little Vaseline and put it on your eyelid. It should
Yes,
have
So
cure it
I
I
quick
put
in
yes.
a
I
one
put
day.
So
salt
I can give you
water.
a joke.
Lord have mercy.
So I can tell you that when one time, so one time when I was younger,
Ay, ay, ay.
I had heard, I heard that if your top lip jumping,
Yes.
Mhm.
either somebody going lie on you
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
or you're going to lie.
Are you going to lie?
So, me top lip, I jump, it jump. Me
All right.
squeeze it in, me squeeze in, me start pray and say, Lord, please, that time me little, please don't make nobody tell no lie for me.
Uh-huh.
And not make me say nothing wrong. For the whole time, I was walking in a lane of truth. Me no want tell no lie.
Eh.
So you see what
Usually,
I
when
can
these
do.
things happen, you don't even realize it.
Yes.
After it happened, you say, Lord Jesus,
Me
that's
jump
why.
it, jump it, jump it, jump it, jump. Wouldn't stop
Yeah.
jumping. However, I didn't encounter either of the two. Nobody
Mhm.
never lied
Very
on me,
good.
and I
Thank
didn't.
God.
You
But I
you
tell
get
you,
over.
I was in distress.
That's another
Mm-hmm.
involuntary
Yes.
muscle movement.
Yes,
They have something what they call tardive dyskinesia, and
yes,
that could have been the
that
issue.
could have been the issue.
Yeah,
So,
but
so
Yes.
I had complained. I mean, I had that one time. I guess all of us have had the eye twitching, the excessive, I would
Yes.
say,
I
eye
had it
twitching.
too.
Yeah, and my sister-in-law, she just tell me, she said, go drink some orange juice. You have some deficiency or other going on.
Yes, so
Go
so that
drink
means
some
you probably
orange
need some
juice.
calcium.
Yeah, you need some calcium. So
Mhm.
sometimes, and how about if you're sitting down and like if your legs are stretched out and somebody just walk over your foot. Back in
Oh,
my
Jesus.
community, that a big this. Cause
disrespect.
it a go turn you
Turn you
worthless.
down. It
Lord
could turn
Jesus.
you
Yes.
down. Yeah,
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
you don't see
going,
somebody
don't
with their
grow,
legs stretched out and you just walk over it. You have to say,
don't grow, man.
excuse me, and make sure them pull up their foot. If you step over it, man,
Mhm.
problem.
Yes. So Charles, he says, I grew up hearing about all these stories, and anybody tell me they're going do me something, I say, good for you. Knock yourself out. Okay. Dion
Oh
says,
Lord.
handmaid will scratch me. I go get or give away money. Carol
Better get
says,
me again.
people still do Easter eggs at Easter, and I know someone who do it and saw a plane. Don't know if she have a passport yet. that, and that was years ago.
No, bullfrog.
Ryan him say bullfrog with the padlock.
What's
With the
that?
padlock.
Mhm. Herman says quality pepper leaf or leaf of life and rub it with
Oh,
white
Rub it with white
Vaseline.
no,
Vaseline.
I
Then
think
put
she
it
meant
on the eye.
quail. Quail the pepper
Quail the
leaf.
pepper.
I
Okay.
think that's what. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
me
typo.
can tell you
Yes.
quail it. Yeah, go quail
Quality
it.
now.
Yeah.
Quail it. Yes, yes.
That's the
The
quality
lip
now
jumping at
word.
you.
So Carol say the lip jumping. I hear that you're gonna argue with someone. So me always start bite it cause
All right, but what if I tell you that? What if I tell you that whenever I dream of pregnancy, I better look out because there's gonna be some argument somewhere.
yeah.
Argument on pregnancy?
Yes, for me.
Yeah, but
Wow.
Lizard, they say Lizard jump and you somebody pregnant. Are you pregnant?
Jesus.
Yeah, yes, I hear that one.
Maybe that's why I'm afraid of
Yeah.
Yes.
Lizard, so.
Even
Them
this
I
week
try
she
tell
had
you
a
something, Max.
Amy.
If you dreams of fish, that's a pregnancy. If you dreams of fish.
Yes, but for me, if me
Which,
dreams of
yes,
me
we hear
pregnant
that, so
or
yeah.
somebody pregnant, I can look out. You see, over the years, you take note of things. The older you get, you learn to look back and associate things with certain events or certain
Mhm.
actions or certain things. And I've noticed whenever I dream of pregnancy or seeing someone pregnant, if I'm pregnant or ever, I better look out for that argument. And no matter
Oh,
what,
Wow.
it can't be avoided. Sometimes
yeah.
I
after
don't.
it happened, I say, "Oh Jesus, I did dream of pregnancy."
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's a new one for me.
for
Yeah.
me, that's
But
and I did tell it. I think I told it to my mother one time, and she said yes. When somebody's pregnant with, like, no, she didn't say anger, but when something is gonna spill out,
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It might not
that's
be a
mm,
what
baby.
she
It might not be
right.
like
That's what
a.
she
Yeah.
yes, that's what she associated that with.
Yes.
And
Right.
I really held on to that. Afterwards, I realized that it's true, especially during my marriage.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm. Yeah.
Mhm.
okay.
So
I
Ryan says, when you point in my graveyard, you need to bite all your fingers.
Yes.
Yes, I
yes,
remember
I
that
remember
one.
that so.
You're
So
not
as
to
a kid,
point in a
we go so
graveyard.
with remote. As a kid, we
Yes,
would point, we use remote and go so.
yes, yeah.
Yes. Trust me,
Yeah,
And
when
now
Jennifer
lift
would
up the finger.
listen. Jennifer would fit in here so very well. I wish she was on the show. That
right.
Jennifer had some of these little things that she could
Yes.
just add into these things.
So
Oh,
it is
Hmm.
Yes, yes.
it's 10 minutes to 11, and Max has something that she would like to entertain us with this morning.
oh, come
So
in,
welcome,
come
Max.
in there,
Roll
Max.
in, Max. Roll in.
All right, so I want to share a poem from Louise Bennett, selected poems by Louise Bennett. So
All
this is
right.
not my personal piece. It's
Yeah.
called House of Law. Me just a come from courthouse. Me can't stop them. Me can't stop. Me dey pan years. Me uncle call for tell you say Miss Millie win the case. Millie brave you see ma. For these days when Obia is the style, she uncle wet her handkerchief with little success aisle. And the way she step in a courthouse, falsify can't done. You would that think she left 13 candle yard a bun. After she kissed the Bible, ma, Miss Millie mouth start fly. And believe me what, Miss Dinah, every word she said was lie. The courthouse catch a fire. Even the judge had to laugh. When they say guilty or not guilty, here Millie, half and half. She put her eye and she put her eye. She put Peter eye and start from cry and go on so till. Poor Jane bawl out. She's a liar, hear the judge. Woman be still. Here, Jane. Lad, she saw, yeah, sorry, here Jane. Lord, she not tell truth. She just stick a vote. She just take a vote. The judge get vexed and say, I charge you with contempt of court. Poor Jane so frightened. One big nutmeg drop out her jaw. The judge say, woman, you bring witchcraft into the house of law. Poor Jane start bawl and make noise. The policeman say, harder. The judge said to Jane, 2 pounds or 30 days hard labor. Him eye start quoting Millie from her boot to her head. Hear him, young lady, you're honorable acquitted. What a woman great like Millie. She put Jane to disgrace. She thieved for her boyfriend, beat her up, and now she win the case. Ay, ay,
Yeah,
ay.
yeah, yes,
Oh God.
yes. Thank you, man.
Wow.
So you see
Lord.
how the nutmeg came into place.
Yes,
The
Yes,
nutmeg, when she go
nutmeg
and
drop out
coat it
our
now.
mouth. I
Because
must say, make sure not tell someone
I was
lie.
just looking at something yesterday, and I it is said that if you see dopey, kind of some people swear blind them see dopey, and
Yes,
usually them say it make you paralyzed, like I guess you're
Hmm.
paralyzed with fear or whatever,
yes.
but the dopey make you paralyzed. Somebody
Uh-huh.
must put a nutmeg in your mouth to loosen your tongue so you can't talk. Otherwise, you will stay dumb.
well, I had
Yes,
shared, did I not share about the morning I was walking and the two people I walked before me and then me not see where them turn?
Yes, I remember
yes,
Yeah.
that.
yes. You tell us
Tell
that
it
story,
again.
yes.
That thing stayed with me. So I was
All right.
walking in the park right over by 222nd side there.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
was about after 7 o'clock a.m. And
Mm-hmm.
there were people a distance away behind me. And at first, there was nobody before me. Then I saw a woman, light skinned, tall. She was wearing her yellow t shirt and a blue sweats, and a dark gentleman. He was in a brown shirt, t shirt, a blue pants, and he had one of those little men carrying bag. They walk across the road and come down into the park and start walking before me.
Two
So
twenty
when
second, you
Mm-hmm.
said?
yes, so
22nd.
not yes, when you come across White Plains Road, the intersection there, 222nd and the park,
Oh, okay. All the
right?
way down close to the highway.
Yes.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I say, oh, good, there are two people here, so I'm not alone. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
walking, and then suddenly I don't see where them turn. So I stopped. I said, hold on, where the two people gone?
Hmm.
So I look around. I'm like, no man, where these two people gone? So I called Auntie Paula same time and I said, this is what has happened. So she comforted me by saying maybe it's angels and the Lord was protecting me. I said, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you must know there's the section there by the ravine, you know
Yes.
that. So I don't usually walk around there because it's lonely.
Mm-hmm.
I see other
Okay.
people, females walk there, but I don't walk there. So at first, we were almost nearing that point. So I said, maybe me, I got distracted and maybe they turned gone down on that side. Denise all walk near one of the benches right there because me still couldn't believe the two people
Just disappear.
disappeared.
All
Disappear.
Wow.
right.
Mm.
All right. It was 2 nights ago. We were talking, my sister and my mother and I, we've been reminiscing about things that passed and gone. And they were giving me a story that I didn't hear. I don't think they've ever told me that story. My stepfather died some years ago. And one of the older fathers of the church, he always go to different dead yard and sing. And he's very close to my mother. He's still alive and he's in the district right there now. He's now in a wheelchair, but he sings like an angel. And him come and they sing and whatever when my stepfather died. There's a chair in my mother's living room. It's still there right now. And my stepfather always sits on that chair right in the corner of the chair. And when he sits, he would, fall asleep with his hand put set a certain way. And they said the older gentleman. was there that night, and after they sang and people gone home or something, like that, he just sat in the chair and suddenly he fell asleep. And he sat in that same corner and he fell asleep with his hand held in the same position as my stepfather would, without even knowing. And
Hmm.
Mm.
my sister said she suddenly the man started to tremble. He fell asleep, just for a little bit, and he started tremble, and like him couldn't move, and you could see that he couldn't move, and he was struggling.
Hmm.
And my
Mm.
sister said, they were trying to ask him what happened, and then suddenly he just got up and he started to speak in tongues, and he started running around the house, and he was
Mm-hmm.
rebuking, and the man was covered in cold sweat, and he was
Mm-hmm.
running around the house, and he was rebuking, and the dogs started chasing after something in front of him while he was running around the house. So I asked my
Wow.
sister, how do you know? She said she was following him to see what he saw, to try to see
Mm-hmm.
what he saw. And when he got to the back of the house, the dogs took off and started hounding at something going down into the banana walk.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
what do we
Well,
believe there?
hey, hey. I know that,
Yeah.
spirits, these things are, we don't put our belief in them, but
We don't.
again, we admit that there
That they
is
happen.
the
Yeah.
Hmm.
good and
We
evil.
always talk about our spirits. Where do our spirits
Same,
go when we die?
same. So
Our
nothing
souls.
more that he was there trying to maybe possess the man, which is why he demonstrated that same physical
Yeah.
thing with his hand behind him. But
Unbeknownst to him,
but
he just sat in the same seat that he was sitting.
mhm,
He used to sit.
yeah.
You know.
Man begs him I can take a position in them
Lord
place.
of mercy. Yes, there you go, Max. So that was one of the same thing we
Yeah.
come out and say,
Yeah, I was
one of
gonna
the
say
Yeah.
that.
little laugh.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So Herman says, Lady D, something similar happened to me while I was at a bus stop in Baldwin, New York. To this day, I'm still wondering where those two women disappeared to.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe they used to go take bus, take bus right there. Good
Yeah. Who
morning,
knows?
Simi. Simi, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Nice to have you. Simi, please share and ask people to subscribe. So we
Yes,
welcome
join.
everybody. Carol say a turf war. That's a good one. That's a good one, Carol. A turf
Oh,
war. But for those of you who are just joining us, our topic this morning, belief kills and belief
and
cures.
believe cures.
What you believe in, because sometimes Sharon says, hey, Sharon, I was waiting, Sharon, to see if you're going to comment. These things are real, ladies. I have my own personal experience. If I start
Well,
talk, you all are going to pop up today.
we
Make
like
we
to
pop up,
laugh.
Sharon. Make we
We
pop
like
up.
to laugh.
Give me one
Hey,
or
go on,
two.
pop up.
Sharon, if you want me, send you the link and you can come in live. You can come in live for a few minutes if you want, because I'm not sure how your texting going kick off. So tell me if you want to join us for a few minutes. I'll just send you the link and you can come in. Because I know that if by the time you finish writing, we would love to hear the
It can't
story
hold
live.
front page.
Man, we would love to hear the story, which is what we do to Ricky. When Ricky start
Yes.
text, we say, hi, you want to join us?
Yes, join us. Join
Just
us.
come in. Come
But
in at
And
this jamboree.
yes.
do share your stories, please.
Mhm.
Oh, says Auntie
But I
Sentiment
have a quick,
as oh, where that would be
sorry,
Sentiment.
Go ahead, Max.
I have a quick story to share, and this is true. As a kid growing up, in my district, there was a so-called Obia man. We can't call his name, but me not call his name. It was
Mm.
No,
Indian
no,
too,
no,
and
please.
No, don't call it name.
no, we're not calling him. But he wasn't living near to us. It wasn't the same district, but a distance from where we live. But his counterpart who worked alongside him was our neighbor. And
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
every time they did whatever they did, I don't know what they did, because I was only a little girl then, so I didn't even know the depth of it. But what I do recall personally is that whenever they did their obiaism, they would kill a goat. And
Mm.
then the counterpart who work alongside would get the head and the foot. Don't know what they
Oh,
did with the meat, but the head and the foot would be given to this man. And he would take it home. But we and our neighbors lived back then. My grandmother, every time my grandmother made dinner every evening, we would exchange dinner. They would give us
Mhm.
whatever they cook, and we give them whatever we cook. It was a
Wow.
ritual from a beginning until adult. And whenever they got the goat and the foot and cook it and they make soup or whatever, whichever way they prepared it, and they send it dinner to my grandmother, so grandmother would throw it in the garbage. She would never eat it because she knew
Mm-hmm.
it came from that ritual. So she would never
Mm-hmm.
let us eat it or she wouldn't eat it.
Mm-hmm.
I
See,
didn't know
there.
the death back then, but I recall that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
She would
Yeah.
never because
And
she
you
said,
see
oh, they
all
use their
them
work
things,
their hobby and she show it.
yeah, all them things coming from pollution of what happened in the Bible back in the day. Because it's food
Yes.
and things offered to idols and then turn around and
Right.
consumed. And
Right.
that kind of
Yes.
thing can either kill you or it empower you on the dark side.
There you
You know what
go.
I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yes.
probably, yeah. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, it's really something. But
Yeah.
how about when they tell you that? Well, my grandmother, this is something she always say. Like how she always clip her hair, like when a full moon or a new moon, some moon, no remember which moon, but it went with the tides and your hair growing. It one of the moons. But
No.
she would sit us down and cut off, we hair so it would grow.
Mm-hmm.
Cut
Yes.
off a little half an inch or something. But she always made
Mm-hmm.
made an effort to bury the hair and not just throw it out because she always say if bird pick
Actually,
up your
yes.
hair and make nest, it will make you mad.
Make
Yes,
it
Mhm.
yes,
crazy. Yes.
yes,
Yes.
I know
Yes.
about that too.
We
Yes.
know
yes,
about
Yeah,
that
Yes.
one.
it
We
will
know
yes.
make
I've
about
heard.
that.
yeah.
Yeah, we know
Yes, I
about
We
that
know
remember
one,
about
that.
that one too.
Charles.
Yes.
I remember
Yeah, we
that.
never
Thanks for
throw
bringing that
your
one up,
outside.
Sharon.
We used to dig up the ground and bury it. We know about. I know
Yes,
about that too.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
So Carol says, 1 second, Jack. Carol says, I remember passing a graveyard and someone did just bury. And I was passing and heard a big bang. I may I tell you, the fastest man couldn't catch me to go home. Remember me tell you. And the next morning, my brother passed and look, it was a coconut, fell off the tree. That was close by.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Like this woman, when my mother was getting married the first time, this woman, she take her bride self, coming up in the yard, bringing eggs to bake cake, to give it, to contribute to making the cake. So my grandfather threw a bucket of water upon her, and she turned back down the hill.
Oh,
Like,
Sharon,
she
Sharon,
can bring egg.
oh, let me tell. Sorry,
No,
Jack.
sir.
Sorry to be. Sharon, check your text. I sent you the link. All right. So
Ah,
no, but it's
oh,
Oh
true.
Lord.
Believe, kill, and it cure. May I tell you? Because
absolutely.
Very much
we
so.
where I grew up in Penance, you had our
Uh-huh.
community library, like doors away from where I lived. And then our neighbors, most of our neighbors, their loved ones are buried on their family plot.
Yes.
I
Right.
always say, my grandfather said, that not happening on our land. So nobody's buried on our land. So we used to walk through the back of the library. It's an orange grove. You walk through the back of the library, and then there is about two or three graves there. But interestingly, we would just walk. I would love to, I tell you no, I love to pick the pigtail and something, right? So I went down to Sister Cookie shop round the back road and walking back the whole time me pick me. I may have my little tomato, so it goes nicely with the tomato.
Lord.
What goes with the tomato? What
When
goes
you
with it?
when you're picking the pigtail and
Oh,
eat
So
it
the
with the
tomato.
the salt
tomato.
It
pork.
tone down the
Okay.
salt.
Lord Jesus.
Hi. All
Tone
right.
down the salt. Yeah.
Yes.
When I reach there now, passing, which means I'm nearing home, I am passing. And because the whole time I always pass there, and nothing happened. Then one of my little mischievous peers in the community said, he's standing at the back of the library now, watching me walking up the path. Hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis, look behind you. Look who's behind you. So me not see nobody. So me say, go away. You are picking around one another.
Yeah.
Him say,
Yes.
look, the man a come up out of a grave. Oh no, no,
Oh Lord.
oh no, no. So there was no time for me to think. Me dash away pigtail, me dash away, me dash away tomato, and me a beg him now. Me can't go back home. Go tell mama say me no come up from his school
You dash your pigtail.
with the pigtail. Me say me frightened out of me wits, me heart a beat. So
Mm-mm.
by the time me get up to him now, me I say you better go pick up the pigtail for me. Because like some doors away from the house now, you know. I may say you better go pick up the pigtail. You better go pick up the pigtail.
You better go pick up your pigs there. Lord Jesus,
So
help
anyway,
me.
him help me out. But because me know a joke, he made a joke. Me no pay him no mind after that. And we still walk there. And I never had no raised head. No, nothing like that. Never
Okay.
had never had that.
I know Duppy never there behind you.
Oh please.
He was just messing
I'm
with
just
you.
a teaser kind of say the grave there, yeah.
The grave is right there.
Lord have
Right.
mercy.
But you know, as we reminisce about these things, we know, as I use the phrase in the script, it's steeped. All these
Yeah.
practices
Yeah,
are steeped in our culture. And
very
Mhm.
much.
I find that, you know, like the Africans who had to literally hide at one point to beat them drum or to just go through
Mm-hmm.
their rituals and all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you find, because the outcry is that that side is too dark, you need to come over into the light.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
They are already in motion in this thing and they don't know any different. It will take them some time to accept, which is why when Christians, whether we want to say backslide and find themselves leaning to that,
Mm-hmm.
there is such a warfare that goes on there because
Right.
Mhm.
there is the truth and then
Mm-hmm.
there is the mirror of it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And you find
So it's hard
people
to accept. Mhm.
people get cross-wired mad badly. And
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
when you cross thread, you know, that's a very
Yeah,
difficult
Dangerous place
yeah.
you're
untangle.
in.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
a it's
Yes.
a it's a tricky position you're in.
Yeah. And I'm
Mhm.
thinking
Yeah.
yes.
if you can harness these spirits or whatever, if you're that good that you can harness these spirits to do evil, why can't you harness them to do good?
Good. Yes.
But
Well, it's a
again,
choice.
it
People
comes it
You
to
know?
comes it
choose.
comes by way of an introduction. What were we
Mhm.
introduced to?
So
Who were we introduced to?
yeah.
Mhm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
From your picnic, whatever you're introduced to, that is what
That's
you're
what you
going to
grew up
pay
with.
homage to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's true.
Yeah. And so when everybody else sing and clap Jesus, somebody else sing and clap something else. And
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
we recently discussed about the differences in our cultures,
Right.
who worshiping star and moon and so on, because that's what they know.
Yeah.
So here Simone says, I had an experience in Jamaica at school when doing Saturday classes. I saw a classmate brother at the pipe. I turned my head and in a second he was gone. The Monday I learned he was already dead.
No, Jesus.
Uh,
Wow.
Oh wow.
That a dopey Simone.
Yes, sir.
That a dopey.
Oh,
That a
that's
I
so,
dopey
oh my
sighting.
goodness.
never met my
Imagine.
That
grandaunt.
is a spirit,
So he yearns, he still yearns to be at school.
Yeah.
I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or probably, or maybe him they love you.
Lord
No,
Jackie,
man,
don't
that
gonna make
I
you go
don't
afraid
know.
all over again.
Love her from a distance.
No make you afraid all over again.
I
So
Maybe that
never
was
Grit,
his
sing.
opportunity to tell you that, I
yeah.
did love you.
So Gritley says, me play rolling calf and frighten my grand auntie. Lord
Grand
Jesus.
auntie. All right. Grand
Greatly.
auntie. Okay.
Great.
Greatly.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So Carol, boy, Carol, you're helping us out here this morning, man. Carol says, "What's your take on candlelight when people die these days? People I don't attend any and have no plans to. You know, when you light the candles around us, you know."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think
It's
I
a
don't
new
think
Yeah.
the
tradition
candle
because
I don't think the candle represents anything evil, unless it's that person delved into evil. But I think it represents a light that
Yeah.
shines,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
to the person's light is
Yeah.
to remember the light
Yeah.
about that
Yeah.
person. I think of it in a positive way, I think.
Yeah.
me too. I
Usually,
think in a positive
usually it,
manner too.
yeah, usually it has to do with somebody being cut off very suddenly. It's
Yeah.
not like somebody been ailing or they're sick or they're old or anything like that. Usually it's a young person. Usually it's an accident or a shooting or somebody being cut off violently. There is a spot downstairs my building here, and I don't like to walk there. Sometimes my husband say that's gone and don't, the blood of Jesus don't feel anyway, and I still don't walk there. A young boy was killed there. He died there, and this is many many years ago, and they lit a whole bunch of candles, a
Yeah.
whole bunch of candles right on the spot he passed. And every now and then, I think maybe when it comes to the anniversary, I would think they light back a whole bunch of candles. And for
Mhm.
that reason, even when there are no candles, I don't walk there. I
Mhm.
go
Because
around because
you probably consider it a sacred place
I
for that
that's I
person.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't I yeah. I don't walk there. I go out of my way not. I mean, it's not hard to not walk there. You
Hmm.
don't have to walk there.
Right.
But I just hold it as sacred, as something that was unpleasant, and I just don't walk there.
Mhm.
Me no my head no raise, I
Mhm.
mean no feel no goosebumps or anything. But I
Right.
remember when it took place. It was a teen, like a 16-year-old young
Yeah.
high school kid. So I don't like to do that. But if we're gonna dial back from all the dopey business, my grandfather at one point in time, there was a whole rush of people stealing people fruits and produce. And he used to plant some lovely cane, sugar cane. He used to have a lot of good sugar cane, and they were planted some distance away from the house. And
Hmm.
the district boys and whoever else would sometimes steal them. And he wouldn't mind if you take one or two, because you're hungry, you're thirsty, whatever, you're going through somebody's land. It wasn't uncommon to pick an orange, grab two mango or so. But it got to the point where people would start cutting enough cane to like harvest like it's them planted.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So what my
Mhm.
grandfather did, between him and his brothers, he had a couple of brothers, it was happening to their property as well. They mixed up, like, I don't know what they mixed up, but they mixed up in bottles. Remember back then aerated water came in those hard bottles?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So they mixed up some
Uh,
potions in it. It was no, it was
cream
nothing to
soda,
do
man.
with,
Cream soda.
yeah, whatever they put.
Cream soda.
And they tied up in different, in at various intervals in the place.
Mhm.
And they would talk in the district. My pies not my up them, anybody go there for them business. Because it's
Really.
well started up, and what going to happen. And
Yes.
I have some cousins. One of my other one of my other granduncle, his grandchildren, one of them, two of them actually went, and they were passing. They know it was my grandfather's section, and they decided to eat cane, but they cut it, and they came to the house, and they said, his name was Theophilus. Everybody call him Mas T or Uncle T. And they said, Mas T, Uncle, no, they said, Uncle T, we cut two cane and eat down a bush there, you see? And daddy said, Lord, because they weren't alone. They were with a bunch of other rowdy boys coming. So
Okay.
daddy said, boy,
Mhm.
you shouldn't cut it, because the whole of them poison out. Me poison the whole of it. And let me tell you, me two cause them lay down a ground, and them start moan and waller and wash. Them swear blind them in a pain. And all when the other guys gone, and my grandfather said, I drove me and make. I do sugar and water in the back, not know him there. You see, them still wouldn't believe. And they felt
Yeah.
sick for weeks.
Believe
And there
Believe
was
kills.
not
kill.
doing.
Believe
Right.
kills and believe cure. Right there,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. To
Which is
this
why.
day, to
So
this There
So
sometimes he would tell
that's
me, he
why
remember when that happened to him. Yeah.
that's why kill some people dead. They don't believe in Obia people
Uh-huh.
because
Eh,
they feel that these people them ask you what is your need, right? And you
Right.
tell
mhm,
them what the need is, and then say come back so and so, and then
mhm.
them just work something around the need.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if
They
you
play on your emotions.
yeah, play on emotions. No, again, we know that there are variations, right? There are
Mm-hmm.
different
Mm-hmm.
types.
Mhm.
So we're talking about those no who perhaps are scam you, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the
Yeah.
dark side of the thing,
No, not the deep, deep stuff.
not the deep stuff. But
Yes.
I there is there I don't know if it's still there. I never actually saw it with my eyes, but when you leave Chapelton and start going through the winding road area, there is a slope that goes all the way down. And I used to wonder when I'm going to high school, why some people, one stop driver come off there. So there is no building nor nothing. You just see them go down and disappear.
Oh,
But later I heard that there was some obvious somebody down there. And
ah.
Okay.
and
Ah.
one morning, one morning in particular, Jackie, as I was thinking about the show, and I remember you and the story with the pig on the bus. I remember it's like something just hit me yesterday, and I say I have to bring it up because it was not pig on the bus, but it was a little chicken.
All right.
This
Mhm.
particular morning, a lady came on out by Summerfield, and when she stepped up, she had this bag,
Mm-hmm.
and from me grew up into a chicken coop. We had a big old chicken coop. Me know chicken manure
Mm-hmm.
smell everything from a distance. So the moment she came in, I'm like, oh, it smell like one chicken in my bag. So something. So she sat in the middle in one of the cross seat,
Mhm.
Eh,
and something. Me see the bag shift. Me said, something in that bag. And she used her elbow like a triffic hold down the
Yes.
pole. So
Calm it down. Yeah.
it no move. And somebody in the back of the bus say, hold on. Somebody has stopped by my so and so
Mm-mm.
today.
mm, mm,
Yes.
She froze. She said nothing. And we heard the little fowl and make noise in the bag.
mm,
When she got, so all of us know, it's like, me I go to high school, be a sit down and watch this thing play out to see if she a go say bus stop driver when we reach at that
Mhm.
spot. And she come out, she said bus stop driver, and she lift up her bag. I mean, it's like the chicken decide, said, me now gonna wait today.
It won't
The,
fly away.
the poor chicken in the bag, she a
I,
try come off of the bus, and the chicken in the bag. And
I
and
get busy.
so and so the driver say, me not sure me want take no money from you today. And he said, and he said,
so the
come.
Right.
driver had his own beliefs.
And the
exactly.
driver said to the conductor, not take the money from her, make she go on.
Makes you go on.
Mm-hmm.
And she just walk
I'm
and come
afraid.
out in this
She go with
spot.
her sacrifice, man.
And it's yesterday,
Afraid.
I'm like,
Afraid the driver. Afraid.
yesterday it just come to me. I'm like, oh my God, me remember that. I
The pig
remember it
in the.
so well. The
All
chicken in
right.
the bag.
The chicken in the bag.
Yeah, but sometimes some things we gloss over, some things we not put no emphasis on at the time. In
Yes.
hindsight, you realize that it's something that go on,
Yes,
Yes,
especially for
Yes.
your young kid. You're not even
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
of
Yes.
certain
yeah.
things. It's when you
Mm-hmm.
grow up you
yeah.
Yeah, because
realize
So,
what
you
was really
see things as
happening.
a kid, but
so that
when you
morning,
become an adult and you look back, yeah.
yeah, that morning she was given her my order to come with her chicken.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever
Yes.
was going to happen with that poor chicken, but she was going with the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And
Back
she
then we just
taking
say
public
back then we just say foul.
foul.
Our phone.
She a go with the foul.
A week.
Lord Jesus.
That
So
a foul
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
bag.
one white, yeah, one white foul.
Oh yes,
But to show
yes.
you, let me give you
No,
another
God.
instance where belief kills and belief cures. We learn about somatic syndrome in school. And
Mhm.
somatic syndrome is simply a person feeling pain or having belly ache or some kind of muscle ache and don't know where the pain come from. Them never hit this or they didn't eat anything and them just sick
Mhm.
till them take bed. And then when they go to the doctor cannot
To
find
find what
anything.
happened to them.
But the truth is the
Yes.
doctor has to take your word for it that you're feeling the pain. But
Mm-hmm.
it
Yes.
but the somatic syndrome is you thinking, especially if you want to get out of something or just want to want to go to school. It happen a lot to children too. They don't want to go to school,
Yes.
so them start to cry for belly ache,
Mm-hmm.
and they're
Mhm.
actually feeling the pain
Pain.
Like
in the
it
Right.
belly.
manifests. It
Yeah, it
manifests.
just manifests that way.
Yes.
It's called somatic syndrome. So
Mm.
Mm.
some of these things, when the
Mm-hmm.
woman saying belly go and have him a somatic syndrome,
Yes.
you think
Exactly.
say yes,
It's all in
you
the
think say
mind.
yes.
Right. So it's
Yes, all in the
Psychosomatic, all
mind.
in the mind.
Yeah.
Irving
All
say
in the mind. Yeah.
white fall gateway out of the woman.
So the woman boy,
Welcome,
for
Cher.
sure.
No,
Welcome,
sir.
Cherry. Chair morning to you. Lord, Cher, you have to go back, go watch, man, because we are wrap up.
Oh,
You will
for
have a good
sure
laugh
it's a
this
white
morning.
fall.
I am
I'm
telling
sure it
you.
was a white fall.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sharon.
The woman
Mm-mm.
have a fall underneath her arm.
Yeah.
I'm
But
sure it was a white fall. Oh,
believe,
somebody
kill, and
somebody
cure.
asked why you need white rum for the grave. Is
Yeah,
that what
white rum or alcohol.
white rum and alcohol for the grave? What they dopey them like alcohol? I don't
Them
know.
say you have to appease the spirits because you are
Oh, so
disturbed the ground. So you have to put on what a libation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
that buckle of jack. Ooh, I
Say
want
me
that
to
tomato. I
say me tomato there, Jackie. You have me tomato.
They were picture there.
a payment.
Jackie, hold
Jeremy
it up.
tomato, they were
Hold it.
picture there.
1 second. Hold it up again. 1 minute. Hold it up, little.
so
All
see
right.
it there. All
Uh-huh.
right. So no,
All
oh no,
right.
oh no, ready for no.
You,
Okay.
you, you, you pay your passage. That pay your passage.
I know.
See, somebody was saying somebody get a duppy box there, Lady
Share.
D.
Share. My mother did get a
Roundhouse
duppy box
kind
playing roundhouse corner one night.
of. Sure.
They always tell us a duppy go and box you.
Yes.
In a
Yes.
night. Don't play the house back. Duppy will box you.
Lord
Mhm.
I don't sleep
Jesus.
on the house at night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Lord, maybe that's why me pour some, cause me no see me will see any time of night.
No, you
I
can
never
sweep
sleep
it,
at
but
night.
you're not to throw
Sleep
out
it
what you sweep.
outside.
You must
Mhm.
Oh,
bank up in
Yes.
a corner till tomorrow morning. If you sweep
oh,
and throw it where you sweep up, then you are go pour. You must bank it up till the morning. You take it up.
even if me put
Yes.
it throw it in the garbage bin in the house.
Yes, I still throw it. Right? If you use like a dustpan and the broom, you catch it up in the corner and make it stand up till a man you throw it out.
Okay, so that's why me all right, me pour even double pour
Yeah,
because
and
my bag
yeah,
stays on the floor.
and
My
that's the
handbag
other
stays
thing.
on
If you put your pocketbook on the floor, it will make you poor.
Your money are gonna run out.
Oh,
Your
Jesus.
money are go run out. Yes,
Your brother Ralph said you must go or Ryan say you must go in a woman handbag because of bad luck.
yes.
I saw it
Yeah, that's
earlier.
Share said, don't sweep
Don't
out your
sleep out your
blessings.
blessings.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Jesus. All right, me go and stop.
They say when
Me
you
I'll
see a
wipe the
black
house.
spot on your legs, it's duppy pinch you.
I
Yes,
guess we
sir.
get no pinch then.
But
Oh Lord.
And
normally,
you,
Oh
you
ladies
remember
and
the
God.
one where they say if you're going out and you put on your clothes and it's on the wrong side, not
side,
change it
not change
because
it.
yeah, because
Mhm.
a double year run or
Yes.
it was meant for you for your protection.
What a something.
Oh,
If
Jesus.
you back to front or inside out, where we go and same way.
We're going to see you.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Oh
sir.
my goodness.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap up now.
Mm,
It's I have a busy day. Simi say life
Me
is
too.
spiritual, and poor Dion can't
yeah.
stop laughing. So Dion, after this, you can go back, go sit down and watch again.
God have mercy.
But belief kills and belief cures, and
Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
many of us hold dear, our spirit or faith in God. And then there are those who hold their faith in the devil.
And,
And,
Yep.
and put away the
you know,
spirits. Some of the
mhm.
medicines that we take, you can't tell some people to go to the doctor, because them are gonna say, me not take no chemical. Me a go in and me feel and me a go drink me egg and aloe vera and them something there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that belief in that system, that naturopathic system helps them.
So you see,
You know?
Carol now, so me see one since morning, but
Lord.
me a duppy and no crabs.
Wow.
So me
Oh
scissors, yeah.
Lord.
She cut them way.
Right.
Use me scissors and
Cut
cut
and
it.
clear. Cut and clear.
Back here with me listen, somebody did tell my mother
Oh,
to
I
wear
tape measure.
so yeah, somebody did tell her to wear a tape measure around her waist when her husband died, when my stepfather died.
Oh,
So she
dear.
had,
Uh-huh.
after the incident, she had to wear the tape measure and red panty.
Oh,
Yes,
Or
for a
black
while.
Black
panty,
pants
something
me
like
know
that.
about.
oh, Jesus.
I'm not black and
Black
red.
pants me know about.
I think I did red.
I read.
A black me
I
know
think I
about.
did red. Me no know.
No, no, a black me here.
One of
Well,
them.
guys, we could laugh and chat all morning.
Oh,
It's an hour and a half,
absolutely.
but
Yeah, we
we
gotta
want to
go.
thank everyone for tuning in to Belief Kills and Belief Cures this morning. I know you all had a good laugh here. Dion says he's red.
Yes,
Okay.
it's red. Red panty. Yes.
Okay. But I'd like to thank everyone. Share. And those of you who came in late, you can go back, click on the link, and watch it and enjoy on yourself. For those of you who are here, you're new, please just use your finger. Last time I was watching the rebroadcast the other day and I laughed so much because in that rebroadcast I told them to use them finger and joke the words.
Joke.
Subscribe. However you can. Yes.
Do you know, so I'm gonna go back and watch
Joke
that
and
one. Yeah,
joke and touch.
I laugh. Yes, drop the subscribe button for me.
Joke the subscribe button. Oh my God, I was laughing so much.
I touch.
And please bring up
Oh my
because we're now in the
goodness.
700 series and we want to get to 1,000. So thanks, Carol. She says, great program, team. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Have a blessed weekend. That's what
Thank
Simone
you.
says. And
Thank you.
Herman
Very
says,
same to you.
Carol, walk with your inch measure. You see that? No, a long time in here, inch measure.
Inch
Yes.
measure. Inch measure, yeah, Carol. See the inch measure
Inch
here?
measure.
A long time in here, inch measure. Oh,
Yeah.
Carol. Oh,
Ah,
dear. So thanks for
my
tuning in,
goodness.
everyone. We wish to say God bless and keep you and have yourselves the best day ever. Looking
Memorial
forward.
Day coming up.
Yes,
Oh,
Monday. Be safe, whatever you
I'll be
do.
at school.
I aim to do the
Oh.
same. You go to school on Memorial Day? Really?
Oh
I'll be at
wow.
school.
Oh,
Aye.
Oh
Hush.
boy.
hush. Well,
Aye, hush.
Somebody
as
gotta
we
do it.
bring,
Thank God it's you.
yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So thanks for tuning in, everybody, and thanks to our sponsor, Victoria Mutual Building Society. Uno take care, you here. We all
Walk good.
Okay.
walk good,
Mwah.
everybody.
Walk
All
good.
Don't,
right.
Enjoy your
ladies,
weekend now.
Jackie and Sharon's, remember, don't end. Don't
Yes, I
end.
know. I
All
know.
right,
Oh,
blessings,
okay.
everybody.
I got a
Yes.
mortgage customized to fit me.
Same day pre-approval on my loan. Wow.
Lower mortgage payments, so I have money to do more of the things that matter.
Happiness is owning my own crib.
Take advantage of our same-day mortgage pre-approval plus customized financing of up to 100% and enjoy low monthly payments. Happiness is home. Own it with BMBS.